Hi, I'm Bill Corcoran Jr. This is the On the Stacks podcast.
Oh yeah, whoa, look, they can never keep me down, I'm going, and if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up.
When you think about wrestling, what comes to mind? Grit, determination, resilience? Join me in today's episode as I sit down with Steve Mytych, the assistant wrestling coach at Rutgers University. Steve not only talks the talk, but he walks the walk. He is a four-time NCAA Division I national qualifier at Drexel University, where he became the Dragons' all-time leader in wins with 137 during his career from 2005 to 2010. He went on to represent the Lehigh Valley Athletic Club and Team USA on the Olympic Freestyle Circuit, where he was crowned the University Freestyle National Champion in 2011. In this episode, Steve takes me through his journey of successes and failures from his time competing on the mat and how he is now using his experiences and skills to coach a Division I collegiate wrestling program. As we dig deeper into his professional coaching career, we talk about the recent expansion of the Big Ten Conference, high-level coaching, recruiting, and how NIL deals affect student athletes. We also talk about the importance of staying fresh throughout the season and how recovery plays into that. Steve shares his personal goals for the upcoming wrestling season, his never-quit attitude, and the importance of speaking your goals out loud. Whether you're into wrestling or simply want to hear a story of grit and determination, my conversation with Steve is a must-listen. This episode would not be possible without the support of our sponsors, so please check them out in the show notes. I'm your host, Bill Corcoran Jr., and this is Steve Mytych on the Stacks.
I ended up taking fourth at the World Team Trials, so I was one match from making the World Team. Again, came up a little short, but I think that's what helps me as a coach. I'll never forget, I was coaching at Bloomsburg. We host Penn State 2011, and Penn State came in and blew our doors off. And I said, my goal is to beat Penn State and Iowa. 12 years later, in a Big Ten program at Rutgers, and now I put myself in position to have a chance to beat those guys. Still not satisfied either.
Why not?
Until we could win a national championship, then I could say I'm satisfied, but...
Will you be satisfied then, though?
Probably not. I want 10 All-Americans. I know all these guys can do it. We're going to be ready for it.
This episode is brought to you by Sweat Tent, the pioneers of the portable wood-burning sauna. Did you know that using the sauna 3 to 4 times per week could reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 50% and make you 60% less likely to experience Alzheimer's disease? That's why I've been a big fan of the sauna for years. But having to go to a crowded gym to do it isn't ideal. And all the at-home options are bulky and expensive. That's why I only use the Sweat Tent for my sauna needs. It's the most storable and affordable wood-burning sauna on the market. It not only takes minutes to set up, but it can reach 200 degrees Fahrenheit in 30 minutes or less. So whether you're enjoying it yourself in your backyard, with friends, or in need of a reliable sauna on the go, Sweat Tent is your best choice for the most portable, storable, and enjoyable outdoor sauna experience. All On The Stacks listeners will receive $100 off when you use code OTS. Visit sweattent.com today to get $100 off your purchase with code OTS at checkout. Again, that's sweattent.com to get $100 off with code OTS. Sweat Tent, helping you fire up your home wellness routine. This episode is brought to you by Burn, the fitness company behind the Today Show approved Burn board. If I'm being honest, working out can be a real chore, especially as a new dad in desperate need of sleep and cardio. Burn is founded by NEPA native Jimmy T. Martin, and his Burn board offers a low-impact core and cardio experience unlike anything I've done before. They have hundreds of on-demand workouts that are great for beginners, seasoned athletes, and out-of-shape podcast hosts who love supporting small businesses. My wife and I use it pretty frequently throughout the week, and it's honestly a great way to burn a ton of calories without burning a ton of cash. Not to mention, it's a great tool for skiers, runners, wrestlers, and hockey players. Jimmy is offering all On The Stacks listeners 15% off when they use the code STACKS15. Visit theburn.com today to get 15% off your purchase with code STACKS15 at checkout. Again, that's theburn, THEBRRN.com to get 15% off your purchase with code STACKS15. It's time to get on board today with Burn. This episode is brought to you by Kavanaugh's Grill, one of my favorite places to eat and drink in NEPA. They've got one of the best outdoor patios with 13 TVs and over 20 beers on tap. You can also dine inside at this cozy Irish-style pub where your beer never goes empty. Did I mention how delicious their food is? Their in-house smoked brisket, barbecue ribs, and wings are to die for. So grab your friends and have a drink on me at Kavanaugh's. Mention code STACKS for one free draft beer with purchase of any entree when you dine in. Located at 163 North Main Street in Mountaintop, Kavanaugh's is open at 4 p.m. during the week and 12 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday during football season. Dine in today at Mountaintop's only Irish-style pub. What's up, podcast? It's your host, Bill Corcoran Jr. here in the Blue Door Studio, protected by our friends at Ritchie Security Solutions. Steve Mytych, welcome to the On the Snacks podcast.
Yeah, very excited to be here. Awesome setup, great environment. Excited to chat a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You came, bright red. Got to have the, repping the Rutgers. I'll try not to bust you too much, because I was telling you before, I'm a Penn State guy, but because I went to school there,
I get it. Front runner situation.
Yeah. I'm a big bandwagoner, man. I'm busted.
You did graduate from there.
Yeah.
Though,
so I at least have that, right?
You get
like
a pass.
That's that fair?
Yes.
It's fair. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm glad you made the trip in here.
Yep.
And you got a lot going on. You just got a recent promotion at Rutgers. So congrats on that, man.
Thank you. Appreciate
exciting.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a grind, through the years, but in a great situation right now. Great staff. Scott Goodale's the head coach, basically my boss. So awesome guy. Wish I actually would have wrestled for him in college, but we're together now, so it's all good.
It's funny how things work out like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you said, like, oh, I wish I would have wrestled with them. But then, full circle, here you are with this, in this position you're in. And, obviously a great opportunity. And it's neat to see that, and I always love having conversations with people like you that are, you're a D1 athlete, and there's, something to be said about that. You're obviously a very high performer, and you've performed even higher and higher, throughout your time. And like I said, I just really enjoy having conversations with people like you who just have that, ambition and tenacity just to, keep going and building, being a top performer. That's like just, I love that. So, but yeah, man. So welcome home.
Yeah.
Stopped in, seeing the family a little bit, right?
Yeah, no, it was great. See mom and dad. My little sister actually goes back to school tomorrow morning. She goes to Old Dominion, plays D1 field hockey.
Another D1er here.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Good. So her last year of eligibility. So hopefully they get to the NCAA tournament, make some noise,
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, wish her the best of luck.
Yeah.
Did you have any good pizza or anything yet? While you're in town here,
we do steak. We do steak on the grill, shrimp. We're a big seafood family, so
can't go wrong with the seafood.
Yeah, my dad will show up bushel of crabs.
Oh wow,
this
is like serious.
Yeah, we're pretty hardcore.
This is like all out.
Yeah, absolutely.
A bushel of crabs.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. So
just in the backyard.
Big box.
Yeah. From where? Do you know?
I know they used to get it from like Vic Mars back in the day.
Okay,
I don't even know if that place is even open.
No,
still.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
but he got him like somewhere local, like that probably obviously sourced him from wherever. But I didn't know if like he was the guy at on the dock somewhere in the ocean.
We've done that.
Yeah,
We've done that before.
Yeah. Where?
Ocean City, Maryland.
Okay.
Virginia Beach.
And just bring him back.
Yeah, a full cooler.
Like actually catching yourself.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I caught an eel one time.
Did you?
In our cage.
For real? Like intentionally or unintentionally?
No, unintentionally. It was, I went to go scoop it back into the water with the net, and it was so slimy it slipped in, and then I threw it back at the family. It's actually video footage of that.
No way.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great.
What'd they do?
So,
I'm sure they love it.
Everyone ran. And then the video cuts out, so you don't really know what happened after.
Well, we'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But great. I love that. You always got to keep everybody in check, even if it's
That's right.
A sea creature.
Yeah, it was intense.
How big was it?
It was big.
Decent size.
Yeah, it was bleeding and everything, trying to get out.
That's a little scary.
I didn't know what was going on.
That's intense.
I was expecting a crab.
Yeah.
And I got an eel.
You got an eel. Just
monster.
Just toss it at the fam.
Yeah. Make everyone scramble.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, man, yeah, I'm excited to hear about your journey. You've had this journey. You've been all over. You have a lot of experience and experiences. So I'm looking forward to hearing about it. But how does where does your wrestling journey begin, man?
Oof. Well,
there's no short answer to that question.
No, there's not. So ironically, my mom and dad met in junior high, at Manville High School, which is in New Jersey and about 5 miles from Rutgers University.
Oh, this is really full circle.
It really
This is wow. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of my families have season tickets to the football games, basketball, wrestling. So it's really
coming together.
It's really coming.
All right. So now I'm going to hear the whole thing of it. Really, really coming together.
Yeah. So when I was little, we moved from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. A lot of my family members, grandparents, worked in the factories there, like Johnson & Johnson. I know there was like a lot of asbestos at that time. So I know that was kind of part of the move. They kind of wanted to get out of that kind of area, I guess you can say, just maybe for safety, I guess.
Yeah, not good.
Which was probably the right move.
Definitely.
So we moved to Pennsylvania.
You're not originally from.
I was born in Somerset Hospital in New Jersey, technically. Okay. Now, when we moved to PA, I was probably 2 or 3.
Okay.
So
you're
very young. It's all I remember, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much born and raised.
But I got the Jersey bloodline in me.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah. So
you look, like I say, you look like a Jersey guy.
Yeah, you think?
I think you do.
All right.
You do. You have the Jersey look. Yeah. Give a
buffer.
Yeah. All right. Who can flex more here?
I'm looking tan.
Yeah, you got that tan for sure.
Yeah.
You been at the beach? Or is it just a Jersey thing?
Yeah, a little golf here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, just maybe we'll chalk it up to a Jersey thing.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'll ride that.
I got to bust your ass a little bit,
I like it.
I feel like, does everybody bust your ass about New Jersey? Or is it just people from Pennsylvania?
Nah, I think we're pretty good. I mean, Jersey and PA are such good states at wrestling, basically.
Yeah.
I'd give it the nod, top 2 probably
for sure.
in the country. So,
100%, yeah.
So we compete against each other pretty often. It's fun, actually.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
Competitive spirit.
Yeah.
I cut off your whole story here of the
oh no, it's
journey.
All good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I sidetracked it.
Yeah.
Here.
I'm a sidetracker too, so it'll work out good.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can actually have a conversation. People can follow along this conversation if we don't sidetrack each other too much during the show.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
So I'll just jump back in. So wrestled my whole youth career at Wyoming Valley West High School. My dad was my coach all the way up through freshman year. Little turmoil in the program. Not going to go into too much detail about it, but my old man ended up taking over being the head coach. We got 2 guys to state. It's pretty good for, we were very average, I felt, as a high school program at that time. So I thought that was pretty good. We had 1 guy place. I lost in the round of 12 as a freshman. So, a little up and coming. We had a great program behind us. And we just kind of sat down as a family and we were just kind of like, is this where we want to be right now? Is this, do we feel like we have the support of everyone around us, and I think we all collectively kind of said no at that moment, so we put the house up for sale, moved to Pleasant Valley.
This is when you were a freshman?
Yeah, right after my freshman year.
Going into sophomore year.
Yep. So sophomore year, I'm at Pleasant Valley. Great team. Ended up taking 8th in the state. My buddy Mike Ferrara took 3rd. And then we had Ian and Timmy McGoldrick, who also were really good. So I believe we took 5th in the region that year. And it was a great squad to be around. Unfortunately, those guys were seniors. So when they left, again, it was a situation where we kind of sat around and it was like
starting over.
Is this where we want to be, right?
Yeah.
So we got our first little taste of the Lehigh Valley being at Pleasant Valley because it is District 11. But, Northampton and Easton and Nazareth, Liberty, now Bethlehem Catholic, but not back when I was wrestling.
I remember the name, yeah.
But we couldn't even, so in Northampton, where I ended up going, Northampton, we were the number 1 public school team in the country my junior year. We had 10 state place winners.
Wow.
11 state qualifiers. So we were really good. It was the time of my life.
Stacked.
Yeah, it was the time of my life. When I think back of my wrestling career, those are kind of the times I fall back to.
Yeah.
We couldn't even have a home match against Easton in our either one of our home gyms. So we would do it at Liberty High School, completely sold out.
Capacity.
Standing room only.
Wow.
Definitely over fire code. It was awesome.
Love it.
It was amazing. Yeah,
that's cool. That's such a
lot
cool,
of fire.
That's a cool environment.
Yeah,
man.
it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And we beat them 31-30.
Wow.
In that dual meet.
Wow.
And then they beat us at the end of the year, I believe, like 29-28.
Wow.
They won the state dual title. Now they take two. They take two teams out of that district because they wrestle each other in the finals.
And and it's like, it's almost, I don't want to say unfair, but like,
yeah.
But I get it.
Bethlehem Catholic and Nazareth.
Yeah, they're just
in the finals
neck
now.
and neck.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's almost just as good as the other.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it actually comes down to a coin flip. So it's like odd or even.
Yeah.
So every odd match, say Northampton would have to put out first. So you can kind of mix and match and get the matchups you want, and it does make a difference. It does make it's kind of deep. But
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
This whole thing is like, wow.
There's strategy to it.
Never knew it could be this intricate.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's deep. So
Yeah. Runs deep. The wrestling fam.
yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So all right, so you moved around, didn't you? You moved again?
Well, I was Valley West, Pleasant Valley, Northampton for the
Right,
final
okay.
two.
That was it. Yeah.
final
High
two
school.
there.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. And then so you went on to wrestle D1.
Yep.
What was that like as, going into, from high school to college? What was that transition like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of good influences around me. So, for instance, like my senior year, I probably should have wrestled 119 at the state tournament. Pretty confident to say I would have probably won that weight class just because I dominated everybody in it. But, Don Roan, he was a true freshman national champion at Clarion a long time ago. But the first weight class in college is 125. So he said, hey, if you want to wrestle, Division I, 125, be big enough, strong enough to go right away as a freshman, he's like, you got to stay up and wait. And he was right, because now I do it as a coach now too.
Yes, now you
right?
know. Yeah.
It's really hard to weigh 115 or 120 and wrestle a grown 125 pounder who actually probably weighs 145.
And had a cut to get to that. Yeah.
So he was right. So, I showed up at Drexel. I was around 140, big enough. I had a decent freshman campaign. I was a national qualifier. I believe it's the only tournament I've ever gone 0-2 in my entire life. So,
ooh, what was that like?
That was tough. That was not a fun flight home for me,
Yeah.
So, but same. But through my sophomore, junior, senior year, I came up a little short. I was around a 12. Actually, a good story that people ask me about and they don't know it. So, my senior year, my fourth year, I was ranked fourth in the country, and I was wrestling a guy in the Cornell Body Bar Finals tournament. Was taking him down, letting him up. The fourth time I went to do it, my ankle shattered. So my coach comes out. He's like, "You're done." And I'm like, no way. So they spackle this thing. They just taped it over the shoe.
During the match.
Yeah, and I finished.
It's like,
I lost 10-9 actually, but it was only because I was on one leg. But
wow,
I pride myself on that one.
Like, were you allowed to continue? Or did they just not know?
Well,
like, how does that
work? There's always a little unknown.
Yeah, like, is it broken or not? Well, you don't know.
Literally on one leg. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Wrestling's a crazy sport, though.
It is. So you're just like out there.
No ACLs, no labrums.
Nothing.
Yeah, we got problems, but that's what makes us who we are.
Tape Humpty Dumpty back together.
Yep.
Right?
So getting back to the story, right? So I medical redshirt. So now I'm going into my fifth year because I got the medical hardship.
Okay.
And I believe I was ranked second or third at 125. And so to teach in the state of Pennsylvania, you have to have a 3.0 GPA. I needed 2 consecutive semesters of a 4.0 to reach that 3.0. And I knew if I went 125, I couldn't do it. So I bumped up a weight class, wrestled 133, actually wrestled really well. I'm not even mad that happened. Round to 12, though, you know, I lost to a guy who I beat, you know, during the year and stuff. It is what it is. But I got the 2 consecutive semesters of a 4.0.
Wow.
So I'm actually kind of proud of that.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, man.
And I had to take real classes. They weren't, you know, like student teaching.
Yeah. They were probably the hardest classes.
Real classes, yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I
sure.
buckled down and I did it. But I maybe sacrificed something that maybe I worked my whole life for. But like I said, looking back on it, I'm kind of proud of it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in that moment, like, you had a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know, I can't imagine because I wasn't a college athlete by, you know, at all, you know, and it, you know, especially somebody on the D1 level. I mean, that's a whole nother thing. Like,
yeah,
being a student athlete. I mean, it's commitment, and you know, I just know because I have a lot of friends who've done it. But man, it's a lot. Like it's a lot to manage as a young person.
Yeah, a lot of travel. Your weekends are taken up clearly.
Yeah,
you know, so it's not like you have a Saturday, Sunday to do some school.
Yeah, so you're like me out at the bar hanging out with my buddies.
Yeah, right.
You know, right. You don't really get to do that.
No, I was probably running on a treadmill. You know.
Yeah, cutting weight.
Yep.
In the sauna.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. It all worked out. You know, to this point, and then, you know, post college, I actually kind of like peaked a little bit. You know, so. I went to Lehigh University. I wrestled in the Lehigh Valley Athletic Club. Really great experience. I was able to wrestle in Russia, in Cuba.
That's wild.
Yeah, be in Colorado Springs at the Olympic Training Center all the time. Be at USA team training camps, and just really good experiences. And I think too, what kind of is paying off, you know, now that I'm coaching at a high level, is like the networking and the connections of all those times, you know, because we're all coaching at different places. Kids that I competed against, they're all coaching at Cornell right now, you know, and they're young guys. You know, Mike Gray is the head coach at Cornell. We grew up wrestling each other 45 pounds. You know, Troy Nickerson wrestled at Cornell, national champ. He's coaching at Northern Colorado. We were wrestling Bantam 48. Brawls, by the way.
I bet.
So, and I could go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Coleman Scott, North Carolina head coach. We wrestled in the state quarterfinals.
That's so great.
I could go on and on forever.
Yeah, so. Yeah. So it's all these guys that you wrestled now, like you're competing, but just on a different playing field.
So different.
That's kind of cool, though.
It is. It's
very
awesome.
cool, actually.
And all you do is you're in the corner, and like, you know, you're giving guidance and coaching. You're kind of like a cheerleader. You really can't do anything.
Yeah.
It's not like I can go out there and win.
Exactly.
And neither can they. So I know it's interesting, but it's cool, you know, just because, you know, it's leads you different ways, you know, different emotions, different watching kids fail, watching kids succeed, you know, girlfriend problems, school problems, life, mom and dad. I mean, it's unbelievable, but it's almost to the point now where I've kind of seen it all and heard it all, you know, in a way, you know, coaching high school, being a Division III head coach, coaching at Bloomsburg University, Binghamton University, Wyoming Seminary, which isn't too far from where we're at right now. They were the #1 team in the country. There were problems at every single institution, you know, and I don't mean problems. I mean just challenges. Just challenges.
Yeah,
exactly.
Challenges as an organization. Yeah, no, I 100% know what you mean. Like it's, you know, you guys are all trying to perform at such a high level, and there's always gonna be challenges of whatever.
And the whole time, you know, you're trying to compete at that highest level, but at the same time, you hold on to your morals, you know. So we're not gonna let something slide that we know is wrong, you know, just to make that jump or put ourselves in a bad situation. You know, that's really what college coaching is, you know, just really knowing the guidelines and really knowing how to keep yourself, you know, within the lines of the field and not navigate outside of it anywhere. So
yeah, so you're basically just keeping everybody in check.
Yep.
You know, everybody. Like literally, you're steering the ship,
keeping tabs. Where's everybody at? We locked in in the classroom.
Yeah, Billy's not out partying, drinking, right? Like you gotta.
It's fun. It's fun. I'll never complain about my job. I promise.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
And I enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, and like you said, like you've experienced, I'll say issues, problems, overcame all these obstacles as a wrestler kid growing up,
I've had
teenager,
it myself,
a young adult, right? And now you're, I just find it so interesting and very just very cool that you're able to take all the things that you've learned, the hard way or not, and you can take those and now apply them to a program like Rutgers. Like it's amazing.
Yeah, that's really what's going on, and then I think my best attribute, is recruiting. Like I said, just all those networks I've made. I mean, guys in California, Colorado, Arizona, Texas. I mean, I've been all over.
Yeah, literally all over the world.
New England, Florida, you name it. I got someone I could hop on my phone and call from every state right now.
That's wild.
Maybe even every country. Well, not every country.
But probably a lot more than most people could say.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
What was that experience like overseas?
Humbling. Very humbling. Russia, we were in Dagestan. So it's where the Chechnya War was. From what I understand, what they told me was the leader of the one side switched to the other side halfway through the war and bombed his own people. And I don't know when this exactly went down, but I was just like, all right, so that's where we're at right now. So it's very humbling, very humbling from just seeing the way they live, how they operate, the bathrooms. It's a hole in the ground. Good luck.
Wow.
With a flowering pot is the bidet.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we kind of have it good here in America is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. Cuba was awesome. They have the old school cars, the old vehicles, nice weather all the time. Even the homeless people there, they're in a great mood all the time.
Really?
Yeah, Russia was rough.
I bet Russia
Try to give the smile and the head nod. Stone face.
I'm picturing it, yeah.
Nothing. We did end up going to Moscow, though. That was different. That was a little higher end.
A little more money.
Yes. A little bit higher end, but Dagestan is something I want my kid to experience. I would like to
hole in the ground.
Once, yes. Just to be humbled.
So this is where all the kids, athletes, this is where they all go when they're acting up, right? As in the program, we send them to Dagestan, right?
It was so cool. So they did doubles for the kids. They all wore singlets. There was like 60 of them. And they would climb this rope as high as the ceiling. It was up there high. And they were doing arm spins and throws. Dad's got the brown paper bag. Not quite sure what was in it. Probably some vodka.
Probably, yeah.
But it was cool. It was cool to see what they do. And they're actually, that little area, they produced, I believe, the most Olympic champions probably in the world just from this little town. It's not even Russia. It's like a little town. Like
in this crappy town.
Kingston, Pennsylvania, yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's surrounded by a wall.
In like the poorest of the poor town.
Yeah.
Produced some of the best wrestlers.
The best. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I just think maybe they were trying to get out of it, but I don't know, because they all go back. They all go back there and they coach and they help the kids train. So
it's just interesting, because you would think a lot of times you look at any program. I'm not going to name one because it doesn't really matter for conversation. But you take a program that may have millions and millions and millions of dollars, right, on a collegiate level, professional or whatever, right? But then you have that in Dagestan. Who what money and resources do they have besides each other? And like some old school just training methods.
Yeah,
right.
It's great. It's great.
It's so crazy to me how a program like that could produce what it could produce. So
yeah, I think it's almost like it's been in place for so long that it's almost like a factory.
Yeah.
And that little facility they have, that might be probably the best thing 100-mile radius either way.
Yeah, it's probably the nicest.
So you just want to probably get there, you know.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of like your way
out. They have a little calf.
Okay.
I think they tried to poison me, but you know, whatever. I think that's what they try to malnutrition the Americans when we're there.
Yeah, yeah, scare you off.
Yeah,
so you can't learn their secrets.
Smart.
The Russian secrets.
They're smart.
They are. Mm-hmm. They're sneaky though.
Yeah.
It's very sneaky.
They also play all-out tackle basketball.
Tackle basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Not football.
I was not ready for it.
Basketball in the hoop.
Oh yeah.
Tackle.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to shoot a little jumper.
No, stop it.
Crushed. Yeah.
Seriously?
I'm like, what's going on?
On an actual basketball court, like for real.
It's on the mats.
Oh, okay.
But there's the basketball hoops.
So you have at least a little cushion.
Yes.
When you go
I just wasn't prepared
to be tackled.
I actually think they're trying to make it a real sport now.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
I've seen it surfacing on social media a little bit.
You got to send me this.
Yeah, I will.
This is just at least just for entertainment
They
purposes.
go straight back arches too, the videos I've seen.
Wow.
I at least just got drilled.
You can't. So how much longer did you play after that?
I held it together. I was cutting a little weight because the weight class was 121 then, so it was a rough cut for me. So
yeah, Dagestan.
Oh my God, I'm just trying to get my weight off and make weight. This guy's trying to kill me. You know?
Yeah, some Russians trying to. These guys, brown bag over here, and you're just getting drilled.
I'm just trying to break a sweat.
Yeah, you're just trying to sweat a little bit.
Break my back. So.
Yeah, still be able to compete.
Yeah.
Not like ruin your career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're a little hardcore over there, would you say?
Yeah. Good people though. Very very polite all the time. I mean, it's different though. It's definitely was very humbling for me. Living in college dorms and having the calf, and it's just. We're definitely spoiled over here.
Yeah. I'd say a little bit. Yeah, but boy, I never would have thought. That's wild.
Yeah,
that's so wild. So one other thing, because I'm sure it was also another humbling experience for you, but the time that you went 0-2.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that?
Yeah,
because at that point you probably didn't really lose much.
Nah. I mean, not so much. I mean, I usually place in every high level event. Whether it's like Fargo, North Dakota is a big one, real big one. So I've always placed there in freestyle or Greco but yeah, the 0-2 situation, that was rough. That was rough. Really, I actually almost contemplated on just hanging it up. I was I didn't really want to cut weight. I was kind of being a little baby. Your freshman year, there's a lot going on there. You're away from home, you're on your own. So it was.
You thought about bagging it?
I thought about bagging it.
Right then,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I just said maybe I don't have it. Maybe I don't have it.
What made you continue on?
Just the way I've been raised, I think. I couldn't quit. There was nothing that could stop me in my mind. It's just, I think it was just that moment of failure that I had to really look inside myself a little bit and just kind of see, what was in there, and I really thought about those things. How was I raised? Imagine calling my mom and dad and saying, hey, I'm going to bag my $70,000 scholarship too for, just because I'm being a baby about it, So, yeah, I just had to, refocus and kind of what was important to me at that time, was not competing or quitting a sport that I did since I was 5 years old part of my DNA. It's not, and it's still not.
Yeah.
So I just think I had one of them little moments, little glitches right there where, I just, kind of had to figure it out. So.
And you did.
Yeah, I figured it out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy how, even somebody like you who, again, performs at, top level, very, very, very high level, high pressure.
Yep.
And, in that moment of a failure, you just think to yourself, yeah, I might just quit.
Yeah.
But, obviously you didn't. But I mean,
Right.
it's just, it's that moment. I think a lot of times, some people, may be surprised, to hear that from somebody like you who, had a moment like that in
Right.
your career, as an athlete, a student athlete. And, I think it's good probably for your guys to hear, right? Because, hopefully they don't experience, many losses, right?
Yeah, right.
But if and when they do, like it's good for the younger guys, to be able to hear that and learn and understand, what you went through.
Yep.
Because I think that's what really is gonna help you as a coach and these kids to be able to hear these stories. And I'm sure obviously you share some of this stuff with them too.
Oh yeah.
But it's good for them to learn, because I mean you were a young guy. Like,
yeah, you hit that wall.
Yeah.
It's like the freshman wall. It's almost every true freshman, I feel like, has that at some
moment.
point in that year where it's, the academics are getting you, the finals are getting you, the workouts kind of are starting to wear you out a little bit. You might not be sleeping properly. You might not be eating properly, So I just think maybe your social life's out of whack too, So I do think, and again, myself and the staff are all of our guys. I didn't even mention Donnie Pritzloff, 2-time national champ for Wisconsin, world bronze medalist. He's the associate head coach. Joe Pollard, I've known Joe for years. The guy's awesome. Hustles his butt off all the time, He actually cornered me. So another quick funny story. We'll jump here quick. So when I was coaching at Bloom, I ended up leaving after the year completed, and I needed somewhere to train, so I was actually going to Rutgers to work out for about 6 weeks. And we went to the University Nationals, and I won the tournament. So I had to win, I think, I looked at the bracket not long ago. It was probably like 9 or 10 matches I had to win. And I actually, the very first round, I was wrestling a kid from Navy. So you had to win 2 out of 3 periods. It was best out of 3, basically. I lost that first period of the event, and I went on a tear, beat him the next 2 periods, and then went on to win the tournament, beat a guy from Iowa in the finals, and Coach Pollard was in my corner.
Wow.
So
I love that.
Full circle.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's so crazy. I love hearing stories like that when things, a good plan comes together, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Right. It's just,
and now we're all back together.
Right.
Yeah. And I didn't even met our RTC coach is Jeff Buxton. He's probably, he's a legend, period. But he actually physically coached every single one of us on the staff. He's a little older.
Nuts.
But he was the Blair Academy head coach who, they dominated the high school wrestling scene as long as he was there. They were the #1 team in the country overall. Probably, I'd say 15, 20 years probably in a row. So he's our regional training center coach. So we have kids in that wrestle internationally like I did. Sebastian Rivera wrestles for us. So he actually competes for Team Puerto Rico. So he took 5th at the World Championships. And he'll have another World Championships coming up too. So, he coaches all those guys in that. So, and we send guys. It's all in the same situation. So it's all in the Rutgers wrestling room. Just different times and schedules and things. But so we actually, not only do we run the Rutgers University wrestling program, we also have the RTC program for kids who might have Olympic aspirations like I did, or, to wrestle at world championships and stuff. So another perk, I guess you could say we have.
Yeah. What was your goal, or is?
My original goal as an athlete, was...
On the Stacks will be back in a flash after a word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Elevation Wellness, NEPA's premier wellness center located on Mundy Street in Wilkes-Barre. From pro athletes to busy parents, Elevation Wellness is leading the conversation when it comes to bettering your health through integrative medicine. Founded by NEPA native Louis Helmecke, Elevation Wellness offers physician-formulated and guided treatments that are administered by registered nurses. To learn more about how you can experience the benefits of IV vitamin therapy, multivitamin booster shots, non-invasive aesthetics, or peptide, NAD, red light, and compression therapy, visit elevation-wellness.com or follow them on Instagram at elevationwellnessnepa. All On the Stacks listeners will receive 10% off their first purchase with code STACKS at checkout. Call 570-762-9400 or visit elevation-wellness.com to book your appointment today. Elevation Wellness, taking your health to new heights. Welcome to the future. While you're hearing this ad in the present, the Center for Technology Innovation at Lackawanna College is preparing students for the jobs of tomorrow in the world of advanced technology. The Center for Technology Innovation will offer undergraduate degree programs, corporate training, as well as short-term stackable certificates in areas such as robotics, cybersecurity, electric vehicles, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence. Based at a 90,000 square foot facility in downtown Scranton, Pennsylvania, the Center for Technology Innovation is located 2 hours from the major cities of New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia, and is just 15 minutes from a commercial airport in a region thriving with tourist attractions and a vibrant restaurant, educational, and cultural scene. Lackawanna College is a proven industry-leading innovator. But don't just take my word for it. Fast Company even recognized Lackawanna College's reputation for innovation by naming them to their top 10 list as one of the world's most innovative companies. For more information or to enroll, call 877-346-3552 or visit lackawanna.edu.
I have the privilege of representing people who have been injured through no fault of their own, and they come to us and they place a lot of trust in us, and we represent them against corporations and insurance companies, and we make those companies know that our clients have a story, that they deserve compensation, and I'm proud to be able to do that for our clients at Anzalone Law.
To learn more, visit Anzalone Law offices online at anzalonelaw.com. And now we're back on the stacks.
My original goal as an athlete, was to place at the Olympics. I wanted to make the Olympics, and I ended up taking fourth at the world team trials. So I was one match from making the world team, so again, came up a little short, but I think that's what helps me as a coach. I had like those little failures, and I had some positives too. So I can't make it out to be that bad. But, as a coach, I'll never forget, I was coaching at Bloomsburg. We host Penn State 2011, I believe. They had a
It's the year I graduated.
Yeah. Right
2011.
Right after I graduated college. Yeah. I coached at Bloom. And Penn State came in and blew our doors off. And I said, my goal is to beat Penn State and Iowa. I want to do it as a coach. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know where I'm going to do it. I don't even know if I would have the opportunity to get myself into the situation to do it. Well, what is it? 12 years later, I'm in a Big Ten program at Rutgers, and now I put myself in position to have a chance to beat those guys. We match their resources. We will be matching their recruits. I'll make sure of it. So that's definitely my goal now. I don't really care about my career anymore. I don't know, in a weird way, I don't even acknowledge it at some point. I would say that that is my main focus. I want to catch those guys, and we have the resources to do it, NIL stuff now, where Rutgers is located. I mean, it's great. You got New York City, we got Newark, we have Philadelphia. I mean, so we could attract some really high level, guys, especially if, they want to start getting into business. And we're
the opportunity,
top notch.
The opportunities are endless.
Yeah.
Do you have any guys? Is there anyone on the team that are interested or involved with NIL and anything like that? I'm always curious to hear because it's still so new, right? And there's so many people are still navigating it, right? Yeah. Obviously some people probably know more about than others, but I'm interested to hear about that.
Yeah, I mean it's starting to play a huge role. As a coach, I can't really get involved.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of the boosters, the outside companies, we have Miller tents, they'll put the kid's face up, on the tent, and Anthony Ashnault was a national champion in 2019. His face is on the back of the bus at the tailgates for the football games.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like from the perspective of like from you as the coach. Again, I know you can't get involved with it, right? I understand that, but I'm just curious because, do you feel that sometimes maybe some of the kids, and I'm calling them kids, they're not kids, right? They're adults, right? I'm like dating myself here for some weird reason, but I feel like, do you, are you ever worried that they may, I'll say, get distracted by that and by the money? Did you think that affects or could affect you?
100%. Early stages right now, it's definitely happening. There's kids all over the country that have a great freshman year, get paid all this money. Some of them haven't stepped on the mat since then.
It's crazy. And they just, I'll just go make money.
Yeah, for whatever reason, right? I mean, me as a true freshman in college, you're going to hand me $200,000. I mean,
might hang it up.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Your lifestyle can't be great, right? And I know that's a personal choice, but
sure, there's
just more involved. More money, more problems, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes
more money,
sense.
more problems.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm always interested to hear that aspect, because I'm sure in one sense you probably love it, right? Because the kids, they're afforded some opportunities that they've never had, right? But then on the flip side, it's like, you might be battling it.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's definitely a challenge, I think. You have to have some really good guidance, and we're really tight at Rutgers. I mean, kids are in our office all the time. We know everybody's business in a way.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's
what's
how
going
it's
on.
supposed to be.
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Of course.
But I think you almost get to that level where maybe you can't control it. We're not at that level right now. But some of the kids from some other, universities, got to that level because of success, but then they can't handle it because, for whatever reason, maturity, guidance, just, hands-on situations. I know at Rutgers right now, we have a program. I believe it's called the Collective. So when kids get NIL deals, they report the NIL deal, and then the Collective kind of takes it from there. So they make sure they're getting taxes taken out. They make sure that they're following, the guidelines of the IRS and things like that. So we're definitely well ahead of the curve.
That's good.
With doing it the right way, being responsible.
Yeah.
So I do think we are in a better place than most universities with that right now.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like, some of these kids, right? Like, they may have no idea what to do.
Right.
Yeah, especially when you may get $100,000-$200,000. I mean, that's like, what do I do now?
Right.
How do I pay taxes? What do I need? Right. Like, geez, I still don't even know how to pay taxes. I'm 34, man. I'm still, no joke. I mean, I think I'm like any day now. I'm about to file my taxes.
That's great.
I'm like there. And I've been saying this for like a few episodes now. It's funny because I actually have made this joke before that I got like, extension. It's like, but seriously, imagine a 19-year-old kid.
I know.
Like,
with that kind of money just handed to you.
Yeah.
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 It's intense.
Yeah. Could be a confidence, but also ego booster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Could do more harm than good.
Absolutely. And now with the addition of the new Big Ten schools.
That's right. That's like, this is brand new news.
Yeah.
It's a tongue twister there.
I know. I think like as of yesterday.
Yeah.
They just announced Washington and Oregon, right?
Yeah.
And then USC and UCLA. So I'm really hoping that it used to be a prerequisite that you had to have wrestling to be in the Big Ten. So
some of these programs don't.
Right.
Or, schools don't have the program.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they do. They can clearly afford it.
Sure.
So, I mean, cross-country travel.
It's going to be a little weird.
Yeah, it's going to, I mean.
East Coast, West Coast. That's tough.
And getting back, too, for classes and and being able to be locked in on all that too.
Yeah, that's
what, a 6-hour flight, right? 3-hour time change.
That's a lot.
Saturday night game.
Yeah.
They know what they're signing up for.
They do.
We all did.
Yeah, everybody, I think everybody knows what they're getting themselves into. But yeah, it is interesting though, to see these colleges joining the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
I think it's going to strengthen the Big Ten for sure.
All
around. Like literally all around. So it's exciting to see.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Pac-12.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, what's going to happen there?
Kind of stinks, you know.
Yeah, right.
But, good for the Big Ten, right?
For sure.
Good for the Big Ten.
Yeah. Competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I always have found very fascinating just about wrestling is, even though there's obviously a team sport element to it, of course, right? Yeah. But you as the individual wrestler, it's all on you, man.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating to me, because you go out there, it's just you.
Right. Yeah. The other thing too is, there is no actual team dual championship in Division I wrestling. So there's been a really strong push, to make that happen, so it's all just individuals.
Right.
So there's no team champion.
Yeah, so the way it works now is just they have the most champions, right? Is that
well, there'll just be the NCAA tournament in March, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it's the third weekend this year. Everything got bumped a week for whatever reason, but it's just each weight class has 33 guys. The top 33 ranked guys in the country are there. It could be Bloomsburg. It could be, Edinburgh. It could be Penn State, Lehigh, Drexel, Rutgers. So you're just the best 33 guys are in each weight.
That's it.
And then you get your champion on Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I would like to see a team championship though.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of neat.
That would be.
Like a 24 team bracket. 12 and 12, wrestle it out to the end.
My God. Send this to the higher ups somewhere.
I know.
The guys that get paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
Let's kick this podcast up to them so they can see this.
I know.
Right?
It needs to be done.
Be like it's like a March Madness type thing.
Yeah. Needs to be done. 24 teams, that's it.
I think the wrestling world would go nuts for it.
I haven't talked to anyone who doesn't want it.
Yeah.
So, surprised it hasn't happened yet. Maybe we should send the podcast out.
Right? We're gonna. Who knows? Maybe it is in the works and we just don't know. Maybe there's talks of it. Who knows? But we're sending it up. Yeah, just tell me where we need to send this.
All
and
right.
we'll get it. I mean,
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, everybody, man. Like, you can send this all over the world.
I know.
Even though, wouldn't need to go all over the world, but yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, but no, I do. I find it very fascinating because I feel like, I wasn't a wrestler, but just seeing, I've had some other wrestlers. I had Bo Nickel on here a little while back, and just seeing these guys that come up through these programs, like it's literally an entire life commitment.
It is.
I think you even said it, since you were 5 years old.
Yep.
It's so fascinating to see, and everything. A lot of things that you've said, other people I've talked to in the world kind of say the same things, and it's just like such a tight knit community.
Yep.
You guys are all so tight, and even though it's, it's not, is a team sport, but it's not, right? Like you guys still have that, it's like family,
right? Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of the way we're built. It's just a little community. So everyone knows each other. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. We go out because my son wrestles. He's 11. So
heard he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's okay. Soft.
Yeah, we don't want to give him a big head yet.
No, he's soft. But
he's soft.
But not really, but
yeah.
That's what I tell him anyway.
Mm-hmm. Gotta keep him on his toes, man.
Absolutely. But yeah, so we go out to like Tulsa, Oklahoma with him, Reno, Nevada, North Carolina. We're all over. So just even like those connections, at some point, I'm going to have a lineup of 10 kids that I know from just when they were 10 years old all the way up. And those kids are from all over. Like I said, Arizona, Colorado, California, right there in the Lehigh Valley where we live. It's going to be it's going to be fun to watch them little guys grow up too.
Yeah, man, that's really interesting to think about because like you said, like like in a few years from now, these you're gonna be recruiting.
Yeah,
I mean you are right now, obviously, right? But you're gonna see these kids, that are your son's age, come up, to the collegiate level. At you as a coach, man, and you still, you got a lot of room for growth still, and that's really cool to think about what's ahead. What's ahead, man?
Yeah.
It's like this whole thing, like literally all of it.
I know.
It's like
still not satisfied either.
No? I love it. Why? Why not?
Until we could win a national championship, then I could say I'm satisfied, but
will you be satisfied then though?
Probably not.
I don't think you can be.
I can't be.
I always say that too. Like seriously.
I know.
It's like, and I think that's, once you reach that, whatever it is, whatever that goal is, doesn't matter what the goal is. It could be something personal, professional, not even sports related. But once you reach that goal, it's like, well, then what?
Yeah.
What's next?
That recently just happened to me. I always wanted to be a coach in the Big Ten. And, Goodale called me in. He's like, hey, we're going to bump you up to assistant coach. You did a good job, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, all right, awesome. I called my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get bumped up to be, assistant coach. Because I was the director of operations, which was awesome because I got to learn everything about the program. Marketing, advertising, you name it, which was awesome. And
you're a well-rounded guy.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really a good thing.
Yeah.
Almost, instead of going in right as an assistant.
Yeah, you got all that experience
It
first,
was great.
man.
It was awesome. And, so then I'm like, well, I reached my goal, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, have I really reached my goal? Is this it? Nah, there's more.
Yeah.
There's a lot more.
There's always more.
There's a lot more. I want 10 All-Americans.
All right, now this is coming out. Here we go.
Yeah, I want 10 All-Americans on our team. And we can actually do it. We have the ability to have 10 All-Americans this year.
It's badass.
Each guy can be top 8 in their weight class. I actually truly believe that. And we got a little help from the transfer portal. Our heavyweight came from Harvard. I believe he was the 6th seed at the national tournament last year. We got Mitch Moore, who came in, and Jacob Butler. Both were at Oklahoma last year. Butler pinned the number 3 guy in the world at the U.S. Open this year. He's got the ability. Mitch Moore was probably the most dominant high school wrestler, that I know of. 4-time state champ, won the Ironman tournament. He was another guy in the round of 12, So it's only one match. One more match, you're an All-American. I know all these guys can do it. We're going to be ready for it. So there's more.
How do you prepare them?
Well, smart. Got to be smart about it. So it's not like the old days where we're going to grind and grind and grind. You got to, recovery is a huge thing right now. And I think I've bought into it because I think it's important. You got to be fresh. Wrestling we'll start September 11th and then we'll end March 20th, whatever that Saturday night is in Kansas City this year. That's where the national tournament's at. So it's a long, long season, So again, there's going to be ups and downs, but that's the goal. That really is the goal. You could go undefeated all year and go to that national tournament and not compete your best and go 0-2, and no one will ever remember that year that you went undefeated. So it's wrestling is a little different in that aspect where that tournament at the end of March is really, really what we need to be locked in on. So
yeah, that's I'm sure it's not an easy task or an easy question to answer when I say, well, how do you prepare?
Yeah,
I don't think there's not even enough time in one episode to really talk about that. But
what we do for these guys from a recovery standpoint and film.
Yeah, what do you do from a recovery standpoint? Because I think that's something that maybe isn't talked about a lot.
Yeah,
right.
I know you
don't want to give away all the secrets, but
but we have the hot tub, cold tub. We do that. We have two spots. I know kids go. It's called Thrive. So they have everything there: infrared laser, cryotherapy, and then another place called the New House. I take my son there and a couple other guys, and it's kind of the same thing. Laser therapy, salt rooms, obviously the cryotherapy is kind of like the big one right now. Kind of just boost your oxygen level from what I got out of it.
Yeah.
So I jump in there with the kid when I take it.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do a lot of this stuff too?
I need some recovery on this old body now, you know?
Yeah, well, when we get a little older, things start to wear down a little.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So we could use the recovery a little bit more.
Yep.
They bounce back a little quicker.
Oh, yeah.
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 Still need the recovery, of course. It's still important. But I think, like I said, sometimes I think it's maybe not talked about enough.
Right.
And it's always just go, get to the next level.
Right.
And,
you forget about that stuff.
And it's just as important.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. I know we were talking about, I was telling you about the sauna before.
Yeah.
My portable sauna.
It's
I gotta tell
amazing.
you, the sweat tent. You got to check it out.
I have to check it out.
You have to.
Yeah, because that's right up my alley.
The what?
That's right up my alley.
Oh, yeah.
The sauna.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah. I was like, I actually had, I was gonna wear the hat, but I totally blew it. I only ever wear this backwards black hat, but I have a really cool white hat that says sweat tent, obviously, on the front.
Oh, nice.
I meant to like bring it in here and like show it off and tell you, 'cause I was really proud. I'm like, oh man, this guy, I'm like, he's going to love, because I know, obviously, even before we spoke and before we knew, I knew that you were going to be all about the sauna.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I gotta bring this in for you. I left it in my car. I totally forgot, but yeah. Sweattank.com. Use code OTS. We get $100 off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You'll like it.
Sounds like
Money back guaranteed.
I already like it.
Money back guaranteed.
Really?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yep. 30 day.
Got
30.
it.
You don't like it? Send it right back. If it sucks, send it back.
Easy to set up. Easy setup.
Easy. I will say it took me longer, but the only reason, is because I don't follow directions. And
Neither do I.
I'm that guy. It's really not that complicated. It's like, my wife was there. We were in the backyard. Our son, Braden, he's 2 years old. He's running around, trips, falls. He's crying, so then I'm over here, right? But yeah, no, honestly, it's pretty easy to set up. It took me a total probably of 2 hours, but that was like, I think I was 75% of the time or more, I wasn't putting it together. I was just not paying attention, and then I'm like, I had my wife come over. I'm like, Jess, could you she's like, did you read the directions? And I'm like, what do you think? But it's really not that complicated, I'm
not allowed to put any of the Christmas presents together. We'll just say,
yeah.
I lost that job a long time ago.
You know what? I don't think I ever had that job, because she just knows it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
And it won't get done fast enough. You have to have somebody like my wife who's really good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to her for keeping things together.
Reading the directions.
Yeah, no, honestly though, it really is. It's easy to put together. There's a cedar bench, bucket and ladle, the whole bit. It's the real deal.
That's great.
It really is. Yeah, check it out.
Great.
I think you'll love it. Maybe some of the guys would love it. You get a sweat tent. You get a sweat tent. You get a sweat tent.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, everybody's gonna love it. But yeah, no, I'm a big sauna fan. Cool. I was excited to be able to talk to somebody else who actually enjoys these types of experiences.
Yeah, I was in one this morning.
Were you?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. How often do you do it?
Daily.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we have one in our staff locker room.
Oh, well,
at Rutgers,
yeah, honestly.
So we'll practice, and then us and the staff. We have our staff meeting in there.
Do you? Yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
Man, I would love to have it. I don't really have much of a staff. I got a couple people, but I don't care if staff or not. I'm like, yeah, I want to do it daily. I need to do it more. I don't do it every day. I'm like a few days a week. But yeah, staff meetings sound great in the sauna. Mm-hmm. Really great.
Just don't do a Zoom one in there. I made that mistake.
Did you?
It was like 55 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah,
well, plus what'd you have, a computer or a phone? And did it last?
Oh, we had the phone. Yeah, we had the phone set up.
It didn't overheat and turn off?
Nah, just put it on the floor by the door, a little crack,
You got all the tricks.
It was getting hot. 55 minutes. It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah. But yeah, the sweat tent thing, man, yeah, it gets up to like 230.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Wood burning stove. I never got it that hot. I got it maybe to definitely 200.
Wow.
They claim, and I believe it. Like I said, I never took it to 130, so I can't personally say like yes, 100%. But based on the time that it took like 10, 15 minutes to get to almost 200.
Wow.
Or I mean, like 140 in 10 minutes for sure.
That's fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't get it that high, and like it's also maybe probably not recommended to. That's like driving a car, 180.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could do that, but I don't know for how long. Mm-hmm. So, it depends how fast you want to go.
That's true.
Right? But yeah, no, it's legit.
If you ain't first, you're last.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, but it does. It gets hot AF.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's
Awesome.
cool. Check it out. Mobile. Take it wherever you want. Pack it up. It's not light, obviously.
Yeah. Right.
The stove is 60 pounds. Comes with the rocks, sauna rocks, water, like the sound effects.
Yeah. You're winning right now. I like that.
Yeah, I want everybody else to win too. That's why
Yeah.
I feel like anytime I talk about it, everybody's like, "Man, Bill, you're really talking this thing up," and I'm like, "Yeah." Because you'll love it just as much as me.
All right. Yeah.
Like, whenever I go on a rant and talk about something like this, whatever it is, whether it's a person, a product, a service, whatever, it's only because I really love it and I really believe in it. And I'm the guy that I always say, like, I'm not gonna back something that I don't believe in, and
right.
I mean, it's my reputation on the line too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You're locked in on this. I like this.
dude, I'm like beyond locked in because I really loved it.
Yeah.
It's different. It's unique.
Yeah.
And, and it's cool because like they're still in startup mode stage, but they're still a decent sized company, but they're still, they're growing, like they're growing and I'm growing, we're growing together. It's fun.
No,
it's
great.
fun. Like there's young guys that run it. They're, you know what I mean? Everybody's in like their 30s, 40s. Like, so it's like, it's cool, man. Like, it's just, I like being around people that, just have that energy and like the same things. And it's contagious. It's all contagious. And it's like, if it it works for me, maybe you wouldn't like it, or maybe you just like, nah, not my thing, whatever. Then whatever. But like, I like to just promote things that I believe in, and if it helped me, I want to talk about it and tell other people, help other people too. So
Love it.
Sweat more, feel better, thrive.
Absolutely.
I stole that right from their website.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. I can't claim I came up with that.
You fooled me. I thought you had it.
Steve, I'm not that good. Yeah. But when you go to their website, you're going to see that anyway and be like, that guy was full of shit.
That's great.
So I read that off their website. But,
Love it.
Sounded good in the moment, though.
It
right?
sounded really good.
Yeah. Which is why, like, when you land on there, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this sucker. Mm-hmm. All right, we got to move on. I'm talking too much about the sweat tent.
It's all good.
Yeah. So, man, you got some big goals, and I love it.
Yep.
I love it, and I'm excited to see you achieve these goals, man. Because I know you're gonna do it. I don't really know you that well, but I just from our interaction and knowing your background, your history, and seeing everything you've done, man, like you've got what it takes. And Rutgers, they should be glad to have you, man.
Yeah, hopefully they are, right?
Yeah. You're gonna make a hell of a run, dude.
We'll have to get you down for a home match. We have 9 of them this year.
Yeah, let's do it.
We host Virginia Tech. I believe it's November 16th or 17th.
All right. I get the VIP treatment or what?
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Can I like coach with you like on the side a little bit there?
I'll sit you next to the AD. How about that? Guys gonna have a good conversation.
All right, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Make sure you guys have the nice red carpet ready for me.
We got the fire, the smoke. It's a show. It's not a wrestling event.
Fireworks.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's basically Hollywood.
So different.
It's Hollywood now.
It's awesome.
You've gotten showbiz.
The lights go out.
Is there? Yeah.
Oh, it's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's an experience.
It is.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
I honestly.
We'll make that happen.
Let's do it, man. Even though, we're a little rivals, maybe a little bit, just only because I'm a Penn State grad, But still, I don't care. I'll still come in.
We're at Penn State this year, but you could come to our gym.
I actually want to come. I could go to Penn State whenever. You know what I mean? All the time. It's a little different, right? But like I know you, and I've never done anything like that. That would be that'd be cool to do.
The invite's there,
dude. Better be careful. I'm gonna be bunking up with you.
Dude,
I'm gonna be packing. I'm bringing my sweat tent. I already texted my wife. Pack the sweat tent. Mark the date. Put it on the calendar.
Backyard.
We're going. We're going to Steve's.
I love it,
dude. I'm gonna be staying with. I'm taking off a whole week.
There we go.
I'm kidding.
You could come train with us and everything.
Ooh, you guys will. I'll get beat up.
We have a sauna.
hey, listen, maybe I'm just coming for the sauna.
That's great.
I can do all my meetings.
That works.
I can do all my meetings in the sauna.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's cool, man. I think I might take you up on it.
Cool.
And yeah, dude, this was fun. We only I feel like scratched the surface here.
Yeah, we scratched.
Yeah, so there's gonna be more of this.
Yeah.
You back on this show here once.
That'd be great.
When you're achieving some of those goals, because I always say like a lot of things that I've said on this show in terms of goals and growth and everything. You know, what you say out loud usually comes true, man.
Yeah.
When you speak those goals, it happens.
Yeah.
You know what? And you spoke it. You're holding yourself accountable. The thousands and bazillions of listeners I have now are going to be like, I'm going to follow that guy and make sure he follows through on that stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, so everybody's going to hold you accountable. Your guys, they're going to hold you accountable.
Love it.
You know?
Yep.
And
love a good challenge, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
And it's always like you said, the never satisfied. I think having that never satisfied, it's like a double-edged sword almost, right?
Yep.
Because it's like you achieve it, and it's like I'm also the type of person who sometimes I don't celebrate the wins enough.
Right.
You know, but I always get once you achieve that goal, then it's like, now what?
Yep.
What's next? So it's like, but having that mindset, right, of not being satisfied enough. Obviously, you're happy you achieved the goal and you got there, but like now I need to, I need to do something bigger. And just keep growing as an individual, because then you'll just kind of plateau.
Yeah.
And just, you don't want to be stagnant.
Makes a lot of sense.
Don't want to be stagnant on the mat.
Never.
No.
Pressure.
Yeah. Pressure.
Put the pressure on.
The lights, fireworks.
Yep.
All of it. Yeah. This was fun, man.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming in, and sorry I waited till like the very end here to give our boy Jimmy T. Martin a little shout out for introducing us. He always introduces, and provides the best guests for the show. Jimbo. I bet he likes being called Jimbo. I'm gonna call him that. Right after we finish, I'm gonna call him like yo Jimbo.
Hit him with Jim Martin the Spartan one time too.
The what?
Jim Martin the Spartan.
Ooh.
Yeah, hit him with that one
Jim
too.
Martin the Spartan.
Yeah.
That's another one. I can tell by looking at your face. He likes that one.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, and like I said, he always he does. He whenever he recommends somebody for the show, it's always somebody that I know is going to be quality.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a great time. I appreciate you having me. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is great stuff.
Yeah. Appreciate you making the trip in, and like I said, we're gonna have to have a part 2 and sometime in the future. And in the meantime, I'll come bunk up with you and the boys at Rutgers.
Yep.
See what we get into.
Love it. Love it.
Put me through the ringer there.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a little documentary style of
some
me.
bike sprints and
Dude, I better start training like
pulling
hard
sleds. Yeah.
I'll
get you going.
You gotta give me. Can you give me like a little pre like I gotta start working out like hard now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I won't make it, dude.
Yeah. It's a mindset. I think you could do it.
You think?
It's a mindset.
All right. Yeah.
Might not be able to move the next day, but
yeah, that's fine. Like you said, like in the middle, like I won't quit. I'll be hopping around with a broken foot.
yes.
But I'll be there, man. You know, like broken foot or not.
Yep.
It's just like you said, it's a mind game.
That's
And wrestling is. I mean, it's I've never done it, but I know, seeing all the people that I've known through that have done it and they're still doing it, like it's a mind game.
Oh yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, 90% mental, I'd say.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less, just because you got to have your body ready to compete too,
Sure, of course.
But if your mind's not right, it doesn't matter. So
you already lost going into it.
Yeah, so
yeah,
agree with that.
So what advice, before we end, like what advice would you give younger guys, whether it's your son, right? As young as your son is, or whether it's the guys in the team.
Yep.
Anyone that's looking to, and maybe not even just wrestling, but just you've had so many experiences. You probably learned so much just about life and confidence and just everything, all those aspects. Like what advice would you give to people coming up?
Yeah, I would just say just having that never quit attitude, and I always use the phrase, my buddies always are joking with me, but I always say hustle breaks people, hustle and effort, there's no substitute for those two things, so, I just think sticking with it, there's levels to everything, and people peak and make jumps at different times throughout their entire life, right? So, as long as you believe in the plan and what you're doing and the goals, you set, it is very important to set goals for yourself just so there's something that you can reach, right? You know, you should probably set a low goal, right? And then a really high goal. I mean, you want to get to the high goal, you know what I mean? But along the way, you got to have some benchmarks too, right? So, yeah, I would just say that never quit attitude, you know, it's literally what I've created my career with at this point.
You live it.
I live it.
I love it, man.
Yep.
Yeah. You're a badass dude, and I love it.
I don't know about that, but
All right. I tried. All right. Steve's not a badass, everybody.
in my mind, I think I am, though.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate you coming on. And how can our listeners connect with you online?
Yeah, so I'm pretty live on social media, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I'm all over the place. So actually, my little guy just started his own clothing line. It's Stevie J Apparel. That's on Instagram, and there's a live link there and stuff. He's got a pretty cool logo. It's
Stevie
like,
J Apparel.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it's like an S with a J and like a feather on the top right. It's
Nice.
kind of cool. So
He's already like a little entrepreneur.
yeah, and it's weird too, because when I talked to him, I said, "Do you want to do a wrestling clothing line?" And we kind of talked a little bit, and he's like, well, I won't wrestle forever. He's like, so let's do a logo that the logo could go on anything.
So it's just like a
or
lifestyle,
anywhere.
like a lifestyle brand.
Yeah, like almost kind of like the Nike sign, right? Just a little check,
I love it.
and you could put it on anything. So I said, you know what, kid, you're actually pretty smart.
Broaden the reach.
Yeah. So
You know?
one day, you know, maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, he's not pinning himself, no pun intended, to
Yeah, right.
you're like that was a horrible dad joke.
That's all right.
Right, you know, but yeah, he's not pinning himself to just like a little, you know, like one
a little market.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
I love it. I love the
See
the
how
idea.
it works out, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll check you out. Maybe I'll come visit you in November. Give me the pre-workout training schedule.
Yeah, I got you.
So I
I'll
could,
take
you know,
care of
just
you.
so I could stay up with the, you know, with what the guys are doing, you know, before I show up.
I love it.
Yeah, I gotta stay on the same regimen. So
Get you 7 a.m. stadiums. Yeah, running some stairs.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Steve Mytych on the Stacks Podcast in the Blue Door Studio. Thanks for joining me.
Awesome. Thank you.
If you want to see more On the Stacks content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/onthestackspodcast or search the hashtag On the Stacks on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.